Hello and welcome back to the Wrestling Waffle with Luke and Memphis. In today's episode is our WrestleMania review. We're doing both nights. We're not doing each separate night because I think if we did that, it'd be longer than WrestleMania itself. To be honest, this might be as well. Well, not longer, but longer than what the matches were. My mic is in the way, so the light doesn't bounce off, so you can't see me. So that's why it's there. But we'll get on to who won this in a bit. But I think we've got to kind of start with night one, really. What did you think of it, or just overall Memphis? What did you think of it?
I think it's one of the weirdest things I think in wrestling I've ever seen. It's like night one was crap. I went to bed angry after night one, and then night two I'm like, damn, this is one of the best WrestleManias ever. How
Yeah,
that like I don't know how, but yeah, very different.
it felt like it was booked by two different people.
Hmm.
That's what it felt like to me in a way. Obviously, I think we've probably said it every year, to be honest, that night two's just been better than night one.
Yeah,
Um, but I think it proved it again. Like night, it was just a really poor show from top to bottom. I
hmm,
look back on it and I can't really think of a other than Seth and Gunther. I can't
that
really
was
think of
good. That was good. It
a
just didn't
single
wasn't long enough.
highlight. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's WrestleMania. The show started at 3 o'clock for them.
Hmm.
Surely you can give everyone a bit more match time, especially a women's world championship match, which I think we'll get onto first, to be honest. Liv Morgan defeating Stephanie Vaquer to become the new women's world champion. The match went for 7 minutes.
Yeah, ridiculous. It
And to
wasn't even
think
that
that
bad. It wasn't even that bad.
it wasn't. But to think that that was one of the most heated feuds going into the show itself, and you've
Hmm.
gave them 7 minutes is a bit of a joke. And then it come out, I think, it come out yesterday, or Sunday like morning or night or whatever, saying the reason why the match was so short was because both of them were banged up. And then you go and see on Raw that Liv's just gone and faced Sol Ruka in a
Exactly.
13-minute match. So how does that make any sense?
Nah.
And then
It,
Stephanie's going back after Liv anyway.
hmm.
So
It's a weird one. It's a weird one.
you put it like this, and this is gonna go for Jade and Rhea as well. But both of their matches combined is 17 minutes. Tony Storm and Mercedes Moné from All In was longer than I think any women's match that was on the show on
Hmm.
both nights. Rhea and Charlotte went for 24 minutes, I think it was, or something like that, and that was longer at Mania 39,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that was longer than both of the world title matches combined. So it's
Hmm.
one of the, but it's not just for the women either. I don't think anyone really got enough time other than the main events.
I don't
I
think
don't really think.
night one's main event did not get enough time.
Oh yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
night
I
one's
think I
main
agree
event
with
got enough
that.
time at all.
Yeah, but I think we'll just carry on with night one. You had the trios match kicking off. LA Knight and the Usos beating the Vision and Speed. It wasn't great.
Nah.
Speed jumping off and putting Logan through the announce table was cool. I mean, at SummerSlam, it's going to be Logan Paul versus I Show Speed, so make that of what you will. But yeah, I think it's just one of them. Get the celebrities on really because it was on
Yeah,
ESPN for the first hour, wasn't it?
yeah, yeah.
For like free or something. So I guess they kind of wanted that. But again, it's a win for LA Knight, but he's got to be doing more.
Hmm. I
I
agree.
think we've said this before, haven't we? And then after that, Jacob Fatu beat Drew McIntyre in an unsanctioned match. It was okay,
Yeah, you wouldn't have thought it was unsanctioned with what they did to each other, but they had like
but I
what was it,
think
15 minutes was that? If that.
yeah, it was 15 minutes. I think everyone had their stopwatches out for every match. It was quite funny. I refreshed my feed and go, "Oh, this match has just gone 8 minutes. What the hell?" So I did find that quite funny. But I think it's one of them again. I think it's just the way WWE do their no DQ matches.
Hmm.
In a way, I don't think they're violent enough with
Hmm.
what they do.
Yeah.
Because we know what they can do because we've seen it with Punk and Drew. And I know it was a Hell in a Cell match, but I'm not saying do that all the time, but it just feels like they do water it down quite a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, I
I
agree.
think it's the same for Balor and Dom as well.
Hmm.
I think we can kind of talk about that here as well. Demon Balor winning, but beating Dom, but it was pretty much the same stuff. I'm not saying like, oh, you've got to do what AEW do and put a bloody syringe in each other's mouth, and
Hmm.
because that bit's I don't even like that bit myself. But you can be a bit more rather than just oh put me through a table, hit me with a chair, and that's it. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? You can do a bit more. The ladder match was more violent,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
I get
we
it.
will get to that.
I think as well with it's unsanctioned. Something should happen where because they said it at the start. WWE aren't viable for any. At the start of the match, they said it aren't viable for any injuries or damages, something like that. That's what an unsanctioned match is. There should be some sort of damages. He went through a table. It wasn't really like I don't know. You could have done something creative.
Yeah, I mean, when he moonsaulted him through the table at the end, I thought that was
Yeah,
quite cool.
that was cool, but like I feel it's a good finish, but I don't feel you could have done more.
Yeah, yeah. But it looks like Jacob's gonna go after Roman now, so a
I'm
backlash.
all here for that. I'm all here for that.
So am I. We'll get to Roman and Punk because yeah, we have a lot to say for that. Nikki Bella was pulled from the four-way of the women's tag title ladder match and was replaced by a returning Paige. I think we all knew it was coming as soon as she come out with
Yeah,
uh the
go on. You got the word. Go on.
I
Go
can't
on.
think what it
Go
is.
on.
The
There
crutch.
you
There we
go.
go.
There you
The
go.
crutch. But yeah, they beat Alexa and Charlotte, irresistible forces of Bailey and Lyra, to become the new women's tag champs. Paige and Brie Bella, that is. Again, it was just one of their matches, wasn't it? Wasn't
Hmm.
very long. I feel even with the Paige return, I still feel like Bailey and Lyra should have won.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's just me being biased, but I know a lot of people thought the same,
Have you
especially
seen?
Bailey.
Yeah. Have you seen the picture of Bailey? She did not look happy.
To be fair, neither of them looked happy, to be
No.
honest.
No.
Neither of them looked happy, which is unfortunate because you've got two wrestlers there that, one of them's held a world title, the other one hopefully is going to be a future world champion.
Hmm.
You've got to be doing more with them.
Yeah.
I do feel like they should have won. I do think they'll get the titles eventually. It's only a matter of time
Yeah.
because I can't imagine Brie and Paige will have them for very long. But I do feel like they should have won it, especially considering what Bailey went through last year as well,
Hmm.
being on the card and then not being on it. I feel like she kind of deserved it in a way.
Yeah.
But what can you do? The Page return was cool.
Yeah. Very
I'll put it
cool.
that way.
Very cool.
Um, but yeah, Becky Lynch defeating AJ Lee to become a three-time Intercontinental Champion. Three times already, and the title's been around for what, a year and a half, something
Yeah.
like that.
It's
So
silly.
yeah, I mean, what does a Becky Lynch third IC title reign look like? God knows.
No.
But yeah, I mean, the
Maybe she
guy
goes through some of the
missing his.
call ups. Maybe she goes through some of the call ups like Sol Ruka. I can see JC Jane coming up and that being a match.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, it depends if Becky goes back to being a face, to be honest, whether it works with JC or
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
Um, but at the end of the day, who knows? I mean, the match itself was there. It was okay.
It happened.
Nothing to. Yeah, it happened, and nothing to scream about. But
Nah.
a match that probably could have been screamed about, maybe Seth Rollins and Gunther. Obviously, Gunther winning, probably the right decision. Obviously, with Bron Breakker interfering and
Yeah.
costing Seth. But it was probably the match of the night, wasn't it?
I feel like it was the only match of the night, like only possible. Like there was nothing else came even close. Like I
Yeah.
think it was quite clearly match of the night. It was really good. I thought good. I thought it was like it went well. It like considering the rest of the show was crap. You sat there watching it like I'm enjoying this. I'm angry, but I'm enjoying this. And I think it worked as well with the Brom return. I know people didn't want to see
Yeah.
but like I think it had to be done. Cleared. He was cleared a couple of weeks ago, so I don't know if they could have risked saying, "Oh yeah, we'll have Braun Seth for Mania." and then him be fine. But I mean, it just elongates it a little bit, which I guess is cool. I don't know. It brought
Yeah, I
back the
mean,
Street Profits. It brought back the Street Profits.
it did. It brought back the streak. I think at Backlash we probably get the Vision versus Profits and Seth.
Hmm.
If it ain't gonna be Seth and what do you call it, Breaker. But yeah, it was a good match. Gunther gets the win. Um, where does Gunther go now? Apparently, he's going to be feuding with Roman. Um, is he
He
going
had
to be the
a
one that dethrones Roman?
he had a
Who knows?
confrontation with LA Knight last night. If you haven't seen,
Oh, did he?
he did.
I've
Yes,
I did not see it. So maybe that is his next feud, LA Knight.
it looks like
Um,
LA Knight's doing something for once.
he's feuding with a top star. Thank God.
Took him long
Um,
enough.
it took him long enough, but yeah, yeah, I think a feud with Roman is probably the next move. He's got to go for the world title. You can't retire all these people, AJ, Cena, and then beat Seth at Mania
Hmm.
and not do anything with it. So I think he'll be all right anyway. But I think the world title is where he's got to go next. Yeah, we've already spoke about Liv and Stephanie. But can I just say, whenever Liv Morgan enters now, I will be turning the volume down.
Nah, it's fine. The entrance is fine.
I can't stand
Trouble,
it.
trouble.
No, this will end now if you keep singing it. It was absolutely horrible. Um, Bianca Belair returned as well, announced that she was pregnant, which got a C plus by was it Bleacher Report or ESPN? How are you giving someone announcing they're pregnant a
Yeah.
C plus? What do you want her to do? Give birth in the ring?
So
What?
she's not coming back anytime soon.
Yeah, she's not coming back anytime soon. She still has the thing around her finger as well,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
maybe that's still trouble. But we're not going to see her for like another 2 years anyway.
Hmm.
So I didn't realize this. You know, she's 37.
Bianca's 37.
Yeah,
Gee, I did not realize that.
like Paige is 33 and she's younger than pretty much everyone.
Hmm.
But it feels like she's been around for, well, she has been
Yeah,
around for ages,
yeah.
but it just feels like she should be older than what she is. Like she was one of the youngest people in that match
Hmm.
on night
That is
one.
mad.
Yeah, baffling. But oh well. Cody Rhodes in the main event defeated Randy Orton to retain the Undisputed Championship. I think after they got rid of Pat, the match itself wasn't too bad. It was okay. Nothing to shout about. But I feel like this format of Cody Rhodes matches is kind of just carried probably since Bash in Berlin
Hmm.
when he beat Kevin Owens. It's all this kind of using a weapon or this and that. These matches all just kind of seem the same to me.
Yeah.
When they just let him wrestle, unbelievable.
Hmm.
But when they're kind of doing all this interference and all, it just gets a bit sickening. You know what I mean? Like, it's Cody Rhodes, for God's sake.
Yeah.
It's
I
Cody
know.
Rhodes.
I get it.
This generation's John Cena or whatever you want to call him.
Hmm.
Just he should have just had a normal match with Randy, and whether Randy won or Cody won, that's what all it should have been. It should have been what Punk and Roman was.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Why? Why does Pat McAfee
Roman
need to be
felt
there?
like a WrestleMania main event. Orton, Cody didn't.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think it should have been better. And now Cody's injured. I mean, you could see him limping yesterday, and his whole eye
Hmm.
or is it orbital injury or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, well, at least we won't see Pat McAfee anymore. That's the main thing.
Yeah, that is a plus.
Um, but yeah, but did you know it wasn't meant to be Pat McAfee in that spot? It was supposed to be Alistair Black in that spot, which would have been a bit cooler, I think,
Yeah. Why
because I feel like
was
they would have done something different.
what? Just be on Randy's side or something?
Basically, the thing was he's basically going to be a thorn in his side. So like he was going to basically like torment him and stuff like
Hmm.
that. Like, oh, you need to do this to win this, and he was basically going to make him bring back the punt kick and stuff like that, and basically give in to Aleister
Yeah.
Black and kind of that stuff, and that's how he turns heel and or so basically what Karrion Kross was doing
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
got released, pretty much. But that's what it meant to be, and I think that would have been a bit better, really.
Hmm.
Um, all things considered, because no one wants Pat McAfee in a WrestleMania main event. And how much sense does it make for him to run back down the ramp and slow count. If you're on Randy's side, you just go
Hmm.
as quick as possible. You don't
Yeah,
do all this dramatic
yeah.
thing, but it is what it is. I found it hilarious when Randy just RKO'd the referee.
Hmm. That was
I
good.
just burst out laughing, and then 2 seconds later, he RKO's Cody, and then goes for the pin like he just didn't just take out
RKO
the
the ref.
referee.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I'm
weird.
like, it's just stupid. And then he looks
Hmm.
up like, oh crap, the ref's down. I wonder who done that. Yourself. But it's one of them. I mean, why would you use the punt kick after the match as well?
That was
And not in it.
such an ending to Raw. That was such a Raw and like it was not a WrestleMania ending.
Yeah.
I know the punk kit's cool, but if you're gonna do it at WrestleMania, do it in the match. When he's lost, he's
I mean,
lost. That's what I at Mania. If you've lost, there's nothing that you really. You shouldn't carry on a story at Mania. A story Mania's where stories ended. I think anyway.
yeah, I agree. I agree. 100%.
But they seem to do
Unless there's
this with
something
Randy, don't
worthy of
they?
a rematch.
Yeah, they seem
Huh?
to do it with Randy, don't they? They did it with Alexa and Bray at 37, and like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I think they're going to continue the Randy and Cody feud. I don't know how long Cody's going to be out for
Hmm.
or whatever, but I think it's just going to lead to Randy beating him eventually because he's got to really.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, that's all it's going to lead to. But anyway, night two, we could start looking up. I think the whole vibe felt better as well. Like even the stage when it changed from the crap that was night one
Hmm.
to night two, where
See,
the
I
whole
didn't
like
hate
scenery
night
change.
one. I didn't hate
I
night
thought it.
one.
I just thought it looked dirty. I did.
That's
Just
fair.
tacky. Whereas night two, it just looked like, all right, that's WrestleMania. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah, yeah. I
Like with
get that.
night one and night two last year, the stages were sick, so it didn't really make a difference.
Hmm.
But I think the stages between we only changed the LED screens, but it was night and day in my opinion.
Hmm.
But yeah, John Cena obviously opened the show just like he did last night, and then Obafemi defeated Brock Lesnar, which would end up being Brock Lesnar's final match. Um, yeah,
Didn't see that coming at all. Apparently,
don't think anyone
no,
did.
yeah, no. Apparently, no. Only Brock supposedly knew. Like, apparently, not even Triple H. That's a report I've read.
That
Is
makes
that
it better.
that does make it
I
better,
think that makes it
especially,
better.
and it makes sense why Lesnar threw up an X to Heyman because, like, I was like, okay, Heyman would know if you were retiring. Why are you throwing up an X? And he threw up an X. I was like, okay, this is weird. And now nobody knew that he was gonna do it. It makes
I
sense.
think he threw up the X because it was kind of like a thing where it's like, yeah, I'm genuinely being for
Yeah.
real. Like
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything here. But I did send you a voice note, didn't I, about something? And take this with a pinch of salt. I might post this little clip on TikTok actually. But apparently, don't take my word for it. But I've heard from someone who apparently knows someone who was or is higher up in WWE that apparently Gunther was supposed to retire Lesnar at SummerSlam, and Lesnar's turned around and gone, no, because he kind of said, if he can't beat me in a real fight, then I'm not going to retire to him. Because obviously Gunther uses the sleeper, so it's kind of one of them things. And if it was a real fight, I think we all know who's winning that match. But obviously, take it with a pinch of salt. God knows if
Mhm.
it's true or not. But I just think it's quite interesting because there's probably tons of stories that we've
Yeah.
not heard about stuff that's happened. So it could be true, might not be true. But either way, I think it's cool. And I think it's cool that Oba was the one that retired him as well.
Yeah.
Because I think it does
Definitely.
so much for him.
Definitely. Yeah.
And I think the only way with Oba is up.
Has
And
to be.
up,
The fact that he called out
yeah.
Roman as well post show got
It's
me
the right
excited.
thing to do. It's the
Have
right
him
thing
beat
to just.
Roman.
I think he should. I think he should. And I think he have to as well because you've just retired Brock Lesnar. And I know Brock Lesnar 2026, he's washed. We all know that. But we all knew Brock Lesnar back in the day, and regardless of all the uh,
By the way,
controversy around him, it's Brock Lesnar.
the
It's
the
still a
only
big deal for Oba.
the only man to ever make me cry at a wrestling match is Brock Lesnar, and that's John
What?
Cena. That John Cena match where he suplexes him 20 times. I was sat there with my dad, and my dad's like, "Why are you crying?" I'm like, "He's killing him. He's going to die." So I was 11, by the way. This was not WrestlePalooza.
I
I
was
was
gonna say, if you were sat there
11.
watching, to be honest, I wouldn't have blamed you if you were sat there watching WrestlePalooza crying, because I probably would have done the same thing. So I don't. I think everyone understands that. But yeah, it does so much for Oba. Um, I liked how shocked Oba was when he beat him as well.
Hmm.
But I am gonna get to something after the Sammy and Trick match, which I think you will agree with. But Penta won the ladder match for the to retain the Intercontinental Championship. I think we all saw it coming. In kayfabe, Rusev is the stupidest wrestler on the planet. Because why would you jump? Why would you jump off a ladder just to get cutted? It made no sense at all. Just carry on climbing. All he's gonna do is jump off and hit no one. And instead, he just goes, "Oh wait, I'll jump off the ladder. Why not?" Ridiculous. There was some really good spots in the match,
It's almost like,
especially with,
sorry. It's almost like watching
especially
someone
with
throw a punch and you put your chin out and you're like, "Go on."
That's literally what it was. It made no sense. It made me laugh though, so I don't mind it.
Hmm.
But yeah, there were some really good spots. JD McDonough had some cool spots, especially with the Canadian Destroyer. Well, not Canadian,
Yeah.
Mexican Destroyer from Penta. I think everyone had a good performance, really.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think Penta winning is the right decision. As I say, I don't think he's had it long enough, so I'd like him to have a couple more defenses. I think his next one looks like maybe Ethan Page.
Yeah.
Could be Javon, could be anyone, could be Rusev, could be anyone in that ladder match for all we
Hmm.
know. But I didn't like how obviously in the UK, I don't know if it was for Americans as well or anywhere else around the world, but it might have been for the UK and European when we had adverts when Dragon Lee and JD McDonough were making their entrances.
Yeah. Just missed two entries.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, we had a a very nice Hulk Hogan documentary which I've probably seen about 5 times now, I think,
Yeah.
just based off the adverts.
My mate doesn't watch wrestling, was watching it with me, and he started quoting the Hulk Hogan documentary word for word by the end of night two. So now he knows all about Hogan and his whole career. So
Was gonna say, I think I messaged you. Do you actually think Hulk Hogan ever turned heel at one point? I don't know if he did, to be honest. It's like they never talk about it. But yeah,
do you think he slammed Andre the Giant?
maybe. Might be Macho Man actually. Who knows? Um, but yeah, I think to be honest, I think Dragon Lee, Penta, and Rey Mysterio all wearing red did not help either.
No.
Every single one of them were wearing red,
Hmm.
but they looked cool. Penta winning's
Yeah.
good. So yeah. Anyway, up next, Trick Williams defeated Sami Zayn to become the new United States champion. The bit I would say about this is that this match, and Oba and Lesnar, and kind of Balor and Dom, really, it kind of just felt like there was getting battered, and then they hit the two big moves and the win.
Hmm.
I'm like, come on.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Sammy and Trick could have been so much more than what it was as well. It only went for
Yeah.
7 minutes. Could have been
This
so
is
much
that's the
more than
thing.
what it was.
You let the match you that is a good like solid start to the first 10 minutes of a match, and then you have Sami Zayn kick out of the big move, like the trick shot. You have Finn kick out of a coup de grace, not Finn kick out of a coup, Dom kick out of a coup de grace, and then you go. I mean, I don't mind that Brock and Oba was so short because it's a Brock Lesnar match. You sort of come to expect that nowadays.
Yeah,
But
you understand that.
the fact that like you could have gone extra 5 minutes with Sammy kick out and have that close kick out and then just keep going a little bit longer, I think. But
Yeah. I mean, Lil Yachty on a WrestleMania stage is something else as well, but
he was
I'd
cool.
rather not.
He was really
I'd
cool.
rather not.
It was cool. Come on, it was cool.
Nah,
Not like
nah.
obviously like the actual things he did was cool, not the fact of he was there. Not me going, oh, it was cool to see Lil Yachty. The actual stuff he did, I thought was cool. His entrance for Trick was cool. I mean, the shouting in the entrance theme was a bit,
It's
I
the
don't
most
know.
over entrance in the company, and he's shouting over it. It makes no sense. But where was I going to get to? I don't think Trick realised how big his coat was going to be. I think he ordered a couple sizes too big. Especially because he kept looking back, didn't he? Because everyone started touching it, which I
Mhm.
think was like dragging him back a bit. I'm not sure. And he
You
kept
could.
looking back like,
I've
how
seen a
long is this thing?
video of someone from ringside as he's walking down, and you can see him sort of just pulling it, and it's like, oh,
Yeah,
poor guy,
I
man.
saw it. Yeah, I saw it. But yeah, Trick Williams is US champ. It's cool.
It
It's
is, yeah.
what you need to do. You need to establish these future stars as early as possible.
Well, what
And
do you
Trick's
think?
only going to
Sorry,
improve.
go on. What do you think
Go on.
the ex NXT, not ex NXT call ups, like last year's call ups and the year before's call ups are thinking? Like Carmelo had a match against Cody Rhodes, then did nothing. Ilya did barely anything till he won the US title. Like obviously he got injured, but like before he got injured, he was having matches, but like it wasn't anything special. And now you've got Oba beating Brock Lesnar, Javon Evans like being one of the main stars of a ladder match, and Trick Williams in their first like 3 months all having these big moments. I bet you're a bit like, well, where was my chance? You know what I
I
mean?
think they've learnt. I think they've learnt. That's why, and I think
Yeah.
they've got to. It's kind of like stuff they did back in the day. Give the young guys the spot and kind of sink or swim. Really,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? Like, are you ready or are you not ready? And I do think they're probably going to. Well, it looks like it. They're going to be doing the same stuff with Sol Ruka as well. You know, she's just had a
Yeah.
match with the world champion,
Hmm.
so it's kind of stuff like that, and it's what you need as well. You can't just have all these, 45, 50-year olds in the main events
Hmm.
all the time. You've got to have the younger stars. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, Demon beat Dom. The Demon was cool. I think the match was okay. Um,
Nothing special.
Nothing to ride home about, but Finn got the win. It still looks like he's feuding with Dom. So God knows if that's going to go on for another year. So we'll get back to that next WrestleMania when Demon Dom has beat Finn Balor. Um, yeah, Rhea Ripley defeated Jade Cargill to become the new women's champion.
Hmm.
Uh, Probably the right result. It's probably the best Jade Cargill match I've ever seen, to be
That was
honest.
really good to see. I really enjoyed it, to be fair.
I thought they both did really well.
Hmm.
Rhea looked really cool. Um, I think as soon as Jade entered first, you kind of knew that Rhea
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
winning.
Yeah.
I think it was kind of one of them. But and this is really crap to say, but WrestleMania being in Saudi Arabia next year really does take away a potential women's WrestleMania main event that
Hmm.
could have took place. Rhea and Io, you could have built it
Yeah.
so well over these next few months, and they could have even been night two main event. It could have been that good of a build.
Hmm.
But with it being in Saudi, it's going to be very difficult.
Yeah.
Um, so it's just unfortunate. I just feel like they have lightning in a bottle with a feud of Rhea and Io, and I think everyone knows it. I think they know it as well. And I think if WrestleMania was in, a New Orleans next year, probably like they deserve it because they got robbed this year.
Hmm.
But it could have happened there, and it could have been one of the biggest matches in women's wrestling history and stuff like that. And it's going to be good because they've already had great matches, but there's nothing else you can do. Um, but I am excited for it when it eventually comes around because there's a great story to tell with because Rhea's never beat Io. So
Hmm. It'd be good.
what does
I
Rhea
think.
have to do? And I think it
Yeah.
leads to the Rhea heel turn.
Yeah. I agree. I
Um,
think you could have almost seen them put it into motion this year if you wanted to do that. I like have in a sense of like obviously not announce it this early, but like you know how Rock cost Cena the title at 27, 26, and then at 27 they had their once in a lifetime, and then at was it 28 or was it 27, 28? What you know what I'm on about, and then they had twice in a
yeah, 28
lifetime.
was once in a lifetime. Yeah,
So then 29 was twice in a lifetime, and so you can almost announce it, not announce it a year in front, but like almost set the motions going a year in front if you were going to do that, but you can't.
yeah. I mean, yeah, the little Danhausen's beating up the Miz and Kit Wilson. I just thought it was quite funny, to be
It's
honest.
brilliant, brilliant.
It was quite funny, but I think we need as much time as possible to talk about this. The main event of night two, Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. It's up there with one of my matches of the year at the moment.
Hmm.
An
So good.
unbelievable, unbelievable match. To be honest, I wouldn't say I was doubting it, but I was kind of like, what do they do?
Hmm.
What will they do? Um, and they didn't disappoint. They exceeded my expectations
Yeah.
by a country mile. The false finishes was great. The Punk low blow into the GTS.
Hmm.
I thought that was it. Turns out it wasn't, and everything about it was brilliant, absolutely fantastic. And you look at that main event, compare it to Cody and Randy. Again, it's night and day. It's like
Yeah.
two different people booked the show.
Yeah.
It was absolutely fantastic in my opinion. I'll let you have your say because
No, I very similar to you. I think it was worthy of a WrestleMania main event. I think even Punk going for the double GTS and then the whole old comment that he's fatigued and tired and he fell back or didn't. No, he fell down. Sorry, he didn't fall back. But like he couldn't hold up Roman. I thought the story side of that was really good. And then Roman winning, have no issues with Roman winning, especially now that he's saying he's here all summer. So
he's full time.
yeah, but he didn't say he was full time. He said the part time stuff ends. You've got me all summer. So he's gone again after SummerSlam, which says to me he's keeping it till SummerSlam, which ruins every match until
Yeah,
SummerSlam. But I don't know. I,
I
I
think it was quite obvious he was
yeah.
always gonna drop it as a thing. But the streak continues. He's never lost a one-on-one match with that theme song. So as soon as it started playing, I instantly knew he was winning.
Hmm.
Um, but as I say, I think it's one of, if not the greatest WrestleMania main event that I've seen. Personally, I've seen Mark Henry said it's probably the best one since Taker and
Ooh.
Shawn, which I think you've got to agree with. Um, I
Give me
think
40
just
night two. Give me 40 night two.
39 was
So
better.
good.
39 was better. It's just the result. That's all it was.
No, it's not. The whole the Bloodline rules was so good. I love it.
It
I
was.
love it. It was good as the one off.
It
They didn't need
was.
to do it again.
Yeah. I just I just loved it. I from start to finish, and that's what you need, and that's what they can do.
Hmm.
We've just seen it. Why can't you do that throughout the entire show? I'm not saying every match be 34 minutes long and be a WrestleMania mate, but they can all do it.
Hmm.
You've got Finn Balor for God's sake,
Yeah.
and wrestlers like that on your roster that can go. Just let them do it.
Hmm.
It's not hard. Instead of giving them 5 minute matches on the grandest stage of them all. But yeah,
Imagine you have a wrestling company and you let your wrestlers wrestle. Imagine, like, how good could that
imagine
be?
that.
Brilliant.
Imagine that. But yeah, I think that's all we've got time for. If you did enjoy, we probably will talk about the Punk and Rowan match in just a separate video anyway. Um, but yeah, if you've made it this far, please like, subscribe, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one. God knows what it's going to be. It could be about anything, to be honest, but we will see you in the next one.